I was 15 when my father kissed my forehead and told me to enjoy my vacation. I smiled, because daughters are trained to smile. My suitcase was small, but my chest felt crowded. The car ride was quiet, the kind of quiet that feels respectful but heavy. I watched buildings slide past the window and told myself I was lucky. I told myself trust is a gift. I didn't know trust can also be a blindfold. My shoulders tightened before my thoughts did. The family friend's house looked welcoming from the outside. Clean steps, soft curtains, familiar laughter. The gate closed gently behind me, and I remember noticing how sound changes when doors shut. I placed my bag near the wall and folded my hands like I was taught. I paid attention to my tone. I paid attention to my posture. I learned early that girls survive by being easy to host. My body stayed alert even when my face stayed calm. He trusted them. That sentence deserves space. Fathers trust. Families trust. And girls are taught to carry that trust carefully, even when it becomes heavy. I sat on the edge of the guest bed and smoothed the blanket twice. I thanked people too quickly. I laughed when I felt unsure. I learned how praise can soften resistance. I learned how authority hides inside kindness. I learned how a child can feel responsible for adult comfort. If this feels familiar, stay with me and subscribe, because awareness changes everything. Nothing happened all at once. That's how misuse survives. It moves slowly. It tests quietly. It hides in glances that linger, in jokes that cross lines, in rules that change without warning, in discomfort explained away as care. I learned that confusion is not consent. I learned that fear doesn't always scream. Sometimes it freezes the body in place. I watched myself become quieter, smaller, more careful. I understood how silence is trained, not chosen. This story isn't rare. It repeats itself in different houses and different languages. Girls sent away wrapped in trust and expectations. Girls who return changed but can't explain why. Girls who protect families by swallowing their truth. Girls who believe staying quiet is kindness. It isn't. Silence keeps patterns alive. If you're listening, turn on notifications, because naming the truth weakens it. Here's what I know now. And listen closely. Responsibility never belongs to the child. Ever. Your body reacting was not weakness. It was intelligence. Your silence was survival. Not permission. But survival is not the final chapter. Power begins when you stop carrying shame that was never yours. I reclaimed myself slowly. Through posture. Through breaths. Through learning to trust my instincts again. Through allowing my voice to exist even when it shook. Today, I move through the world differently. In dating, I don't confuse attention with safety. I don't explain discomfort away. I don't rush trust. I watch consistency. I listen to timing. I choose environments where respect doesn't need negotiation. My softness is intentional. My boundaries are calm. If this is landing in your body, comment your biggest takeaway and claim it. This is for every woman who stayed silent because she was taught to be nice. This is for every girl who thought quiet meant protection. You don't owe anyone your silence. You owe yourself your truth. Watch this again and notice where your power wakes up. Because the moment you stop staying quiet, the story shifts, and this time, you are no longer just surviving, you are in control.